Ladies and gentlemen, it is 1:50 a.m. my time, California Pacific time. And I just want to tell you a little bit of story. I'm going to do this one take, and so hopefully bear with me. This is part of the content creation that I'm going to bring for you this weekend. Now, let me just tell you a really little story. One of my friends moved up here to NorCal. He's from LA. He moved here. He knew that I was connected in drifting. Not like I was a big name or anything, but he just knew that I was connected to some people, and he wanted to get to know people, know the scene. So he asked me to set up kind of a meet, just so that he could meet everybody at once and introduce himself. We started a little meet. I called a couple of friends, told them to call everybody they know, bring cool cars, do your thing. We set up a meet, TapX, Sonoma Boulevard in Vallejo. It ended up being pretty cool and something that everybody wanted to hang out and do weekly. We ended up doing that weekly. We would do some street drifting, do some wild shit, just bug out. Ultimately, hang out with your boys and do cool shit. My boy got rooted in the scene. It kind of turned into what we call the cream meet. Even though I started it, I don't really care. I'm not really all for self like that. I'm all for community. We would do street drifting. Word got to Sonoma. Some guys are doing some stuff. Sonoma came to our meet, and it kind of just started from there. They gave us some time on Wednesdays to meet with the drags. We ran an event on the paddock, and in 2011, that started Sonoma Drift. So the connection of me starting a meet, Sonoma Raceway trying to contact us in some way, slipped up and contacted a shop called KBR, which came and hang out with us at our meet. That was kind of like the hub, the meet spot. Those pieces getting put together was what developed Sonoma Drift. And what Sonoma Drift has turned into, which last year was arguably one of the biggest drift events in the world. I'll say one of, because I don't really know how many people show up to the Matsuris and things like that at Ebisu. But I do know for sure we had 357 registered drift drivers, not time attackers, not rally drivers, not rally cross, just drifting. 357 registered drift drivers in cars and 5,000 spectators. That qualified us for sure to be the biggest drift event stateside in the US, nationwide. Possibility of it being the biggest drift event in the world, we'll kind of toss that around every once in a while, but stateside for sure. Now, as I did say, I'm not the biggest one on claiming fame. I don't really care. But the people that know, I know. And I'm just sharing with you guys kind of the base of what Sonoma Drift started as was really just a cool little kick it spot for us to entertain ourselves midweek. And what Sonoma Drift turned into was the coolest little kick it spot to entertain yourself midweek. For automotive enthusiasts, they're already running drag racing, so we had drag guys here. And then we also run the most entertaining motorsport in the world, drifting. So what it's turned into in this day and age, I couldn't be more happy, right? We've got a ton of people, a lot of pros, our whole community here, and it's just become something crazy. I've just spent the last few hours talking with everybody I can, with FD drivers, welcoming them to my home, because this is my home track. I frequent this track multiple times of the month and all year round. And yes, we have drifters all over the place, all through the pits. You guys have absolutely no idea how many people are here and how big this is. So, as we walk around and I'm just kind of taking it all in, it's a little overwhelming because it's tight. From a small community get together, we ended up having our own legacy, right? Oh, these garages are full of cars too. Um, when Formula Drift pulled out of Sonoma Raceway, we wanted it back. You know, we were all getting into drifting. We wanted to be able to have Formula D come back, right? We were going as far as signing petitions and trying to tell Formula Drift that we'll make sure we'll fill the stands. There's a market here. We want you to come back because we want it here. Why did you guys leave? To changing our own tune and saying, you know what, fuck it. We produced our own drift events. We produced our own drift competitions. And now we've produced our own drifting festival, which spans Sonoma's acreage all around with drifters. You know how crazy that is? Drifters. They're all over this facility. Nothing but drifters is here. I mean, there's tire machines everywhere on every trailer. There's people hanging out, drinking, enjoying themselves near every pit. There's local homies that I hang with all the time. There's homies that I don't hang with all the time, but they're local enough to me to be like the homies for real, for real. And we're at a world-class racing facility. They have NASCAR, Formula One. No, actually, no, I'm geeking. They never have Formula One. They have Indy. My bad. They got NASCAR, Indy, touring car. World Superbike has been here. Countless events here. Throughout the week, you'll see some of the wealthiest people with their LaFerraris and P1s and other high-end, very excessive track day cars here holding it down. But we get to share the same property. We share the same exact property that many of the racing legends shared. And I know you can't see it, but there's corporate up there. They love us. They love us. And even though drifters are a wild bunch of people, we're generally respectful. People bug out every once in a while, but we're a different kind of breed. Like, we have a whole lot of fun. Think about it. We've got 5 different tracks going. We've got driver's lounge, medical center, bathrooms with showers, media centers, full grandstand, all over the property. They've accommodated. They've repaved areas just for us with these stupid modified, extremely low cars, not to break our bumpers and get dirty. They've paved areas to accommodate us traveling back and forth to tracks and things like that. Yeah, that's love, yo. So we changed our outlook. We don't need Formula D to come here because we have half of their drivers roster here for this weekend on our home track. So I'm not gonna rant anymore. I'm still gonna be putting out content from this event, but I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about it, straight talk. And I mean, look up there. We got drifters barbecuing. Literally, we're all over the compound. So it's about to be a blast. It's about to be a great weekend. And I hope that you guys join me because I'm going to share as much of it as possible. So I'm going to check you guys out a little bit later. Probably get some sleep. We gone.